Welcome to the Axiom. New file detected. Launching file.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Leo, and today we are continuing the Where the Water Tastes Like Wine file. Where we last left off, we had found our way up into the northwest corner of the U.S. We met two new people. Rose, I believe, was the name of the first one, and August was the second. And now we are just going to continue up the northern border until we hit New England again. So yeah, let's go ahead and involve a story really quick. Okay, so it's the waitress at the diner again. It happened to her daughter's friend. The bottomless lake of clean water. Oh, the winged goat by the pristine water. The bottomless lake of clean water? Wait, so that's... what? So is it not evolving into the Jersey Devil? Is it evolving into something different because I chose to focus on the water instead of the goat? I have no idea. That's the Columbia River. Where am I right now? So I can go up. So let's go ahead and... I don't remember if I had crossed over here or not. But I guess let's go ahead and go up to the border. And then let's just continue on, seeing what we can find. Oh, that's Seattle, wait. Now I'm getting turned around. Okay, so if that's Seattle... I did go up there already. Okay, I remember. I had said I needed to come down here because there was no way to cross the, thing up there. So let's go ahead and start heading back up to the furthest north toward where those mountains are, and we will see what stories we can find. Okay, so it looks like we just ran out of sleep, so let me go ahead and fill back up on that right here. The house is abandoned. Boarded up windows, unruly window boxes, and a gate rusted completely shut. You hop the fence. In the backyard, you find a garden shed with a door that's shut tight. While cars rumble by outside, you get a long, safe sleep. Move on. Then we have a story right here. Search.
C.P. Pennebaker. The dandy approaches seconds after you enter the saloon and extends his hand. Syndicated in 16 papers. Trying to find out what life is honestly like for folks like you out here. Trade you a drink for your story?
Sure, I'm a master of stories, so sure, I'll agree to chat.
C.P. Pennebaker takes down your tale in a frenzy. This is precisely what folks want to hear, he cries. He pumps your hand vigorously on his way out the door, leaving you with the bill.
Well, he didn't trade me for anything. The dandy newspaper reporter who skipped out on his bill. God. Man. Okay, I see another story right there. There's Helena, which means we're close to... or we're in Montana. Let's go ahead and hit up this story down here, and then we'll go ahead and go back up to Helena. Actually, since this is right here, let me go ahead and fill up on money. It's a first communion, looks like, and the photographers are struggling to keep up with the flow of family photos outside the church. Can you write? They demand. For hours, you scribble names, take notes, and keep the line orderly. For an afternoon's work, it pays very well. Excellent. Alright, let's go ahead and search.
You didn't think the musician would even notice you. He seemed off in his own little world, idly strumming and muttering along in tune. He stops and calls out to you from his perch on the sidewalk. What's your name?
It's about the star. I'll just go ahead and tell him.
He winks. Now watch this. He sings Baby Won't You Please Come Home, but with your name in the lyrics. Now, he says, if you found that meant something to you, and you want to show some of that appreciation, I sure would be obliged.
Alright. Thank goodness I just got money back. Otherwise I would be completely out of money right here. I'll go ahead and tip him.
I'm mighty obliged. I can see you got the flower prints in your heart. You're about to ask what he means, but his confidential nod suggests that's the end of the conversation. You leave, feeling a little poorer in a lot of ways.
Oh. The guitar player who believed. Interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and head back up to Helena. Oh, I see another city over there. Oh, and I see there's another story right here. Please don't take my money.
I say, you there, shouts the boy, sitting on the broken stairs of a sand-swept shack. His imperial affect seems at odds with his shabby clothes and sallow skin. I shall pay you this enormous, beautiful, shining coin if you would only dance for me.
Okay, it's the wheel either way. Okay, dance.
You attempt a solo foxtrot. From the get-go, the boy is clearly unenthused. After 2 repetitions, he throws a rock at you to make you stop. I didn't like that, he informs you, but I always honor my debts. He hands you the coin, just as his mother calls him in for supper.
Move on. The imperious child asking people to dance for money. Interesting. I might have to go all the way back down after Helena for that city right there, but we'll see. Alright. Let's go ahead and hear this story first, and then we can evolve a story.
You walk along the tracks for an hour, toward the smell of the coal baking in the sun. The train is idling at the station, sputtering, exhausted. A child paces up and down the line of black carriages, clutching a bundle of rags to her chest. She cranes her neck, figuring the height of the cars.
The tower either way. Let's just sit and watch for this one.
After a while, the child takes a few steps back from the train and throws her parcel in the air. The package lands atop a pile of coal, but as it tumbles, its contents come unspooled from the linen wrappings. You don't forget it, even after the train carries it away. That little face, not crying.
Move on. Oh gosh. A small corpse on a coal train. Wow. Okay. Let's go ahead and evolve a story. Listen to this, blurts a boy loitering outside this grocery store. He works his way through a long and strange story about the cursed idol. There, he finishes. What do you think? Wait a minute. Yeah, it's the story of the idol guarded by the talking snake, but wildly altered. What do you think about that one? It's a great story. Thanks, he says. I heard it from my brother. Okay. So now the cursed idol is now one that we have. Where am I in terms of? Oh, I could go like quite a ways upward into Montana. Let's do that. Let's leave all of the inside cities for later. Let's stick with the border. Let's go. Let's go up here, see where this takes us. Please let there be somewhere for me to sleep nearby. Because this is kind of insane. I think whistling somehow makes you lose sleep faster. Also, these stories have the same icon again. And I see another story down there to the south. Oh, I didn't see another story over there. Okay, there's a lot of stories here. Let's go ahead and search.
You glance up, and the sky is suddenly filled with monarchs. Billions of them rising out of the fields and streaming across the road.
That's really cool. Gorgeous.
You sit in the shade to watch them, and before you know it, the tree above you has a new coat of whispering orange leaves. They're resting, like you, gathering their strength for the next leg of the journey.
Move on. The beautiful butterflies. Well, at least I got sleep. Okay. Let's go ahead and search this, and then we'll go down there to search that, and then we'll go ahead and move up to see how far north we can go.
There are people shouting and laughing inside this restaurant, and a man sitting alone on the porch like a statue. When you sit beside him, he gives you a weak grin. Look at us. Tired? I get so tired. Can't even celebrate a job done.
What job?
WPA. Planting trees. He tells you about the hours he spends digging holes in the sun. Collapse has been hard on folks, but I didn't have a job before all this. Now I'm doing good. Kind of glad things went to shit.
Mm-hmm.
He hesitates. Is that wrong, do you think?
No, it's not wrong to be kind of glad. I mean, if you're making the best of it, then like maybe, yeah, it's not wrong at all to think like that.
His head sinks onto his chest. I'm never sure, though, he says. Never completely sure. Then he glances up, forces a smile. In awkward apology, he makes you a gift of half his sandwich. Jesus, I'm really pulling down the mood, he stammers.
Move on. A conflicted WPA worker. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and move south, and then we'll go back up north. Search.
You give the seated man a cursory nod as you pass, which he mistakes for interest. Wondering where you've seen me before? He beams. How about on the roundabout roads and twisting trails of America the Beautiful? Yes, I'm Walking Willis.
I have no idea.
It's Walking Willis.
Ah.
Funny, most folks know old Walking Willis. I've been walking across this great country back and forth for years now. You see, I ain't got a home. Walking's all I do. I'm always walking.
Let's wish him luck.
Don't need it, friend. He winks. You keep that in your heart, and good walking to you.
Okay, move on. Walking Willis. Okay, let's go ahead and let's start moving up. Search.
She's getting married, the soldier tells you. The two of you observe the church from the dusty road, straining to hear the faint joy of the ceremony transpiring within. I fought for 10 years to come home because she said she'd be here, waiting for me. And look, can you believe it?
No? Question mark?
So what am I supposed to do? What does she expect? That I should throw myself from the nearest cliff? Walk into the ocean? He snorts, sets off down the road.
Travel or love? I just got a travel one, so let's go ahead and do love, I guess.
You wait a while. Eventually, the bride emerges from the church, alone, and looks out over the cornfield. When she sees you, and only you, her posture falls in a full-body sigh. She picks up the hem of her dress and goes back inside.
Move on. The soldier who came home to find his girl getting married. That's sad. I see a story all the way down there. And I see a story there and a story there. Alright. Let's go ahead and search another one.
The storm swept in just before sundown, heralded by a purple sky and electricity in the air. He sought shelter alongside a grizzled farmer. All he can do is pace, muttering to himself. Can't just stay here. You catch. Gotta find her.
Who?
He looks up at you. My daughter was out down the road. He balls his fists. God, fuck this. He hauls open the door, shielding his face from the fierce dust. He runs out into the storm.
I'll go ahead and try to help him.
The dust scours your skin, and razor winds whip at your clothing. You struggle for breath. The maelstrom has turned the world murky red. You don't see the farmer.
Keep going.
You press on through the storm. You see the farmer up ahead. He's on his knees. A great, dark shape made from swirling dust looms over him.
Shout a warning.
You manage no more than a cough. The dust thing engulfs the man in his body. The storm whips faster. You can't breathe. You have to get back to shelter.
Run.
You make it to safety, but don't manage any sleep. The storm settles in the early hours. You find the farmer laid out in the street, his corpse a shriveled mass. He has one arm stretched out in front of him, as if to crawl.
Move on. The monster in the maelstrom. Well, thank goodness there's something right here that I can use to refill my health really quick. A picnic blanket strewn with half-eaten lunches lies abandoned. Wait, that pile of coats is an old woman. My grandchildren all wanted to go swimming, she complains, but no one wanted to stay with me. She feeds you well. Good food in exchange for quiet company. Move on. So I did lower the graphics quality a couple of notches because to see if that helped with the little bit of lag I was experiencing, and because my for some reason this game is heating up my PC quite a bit. So yeah, hopefully the game still looks good in recording. Maybe I'll turn it back up if it doesn't help anything, but yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and search this barn, and then... Oh, so that's Canada right there, so there's no point in crossing the river right now. So... Yeah, I don't remember. Where was the story I saw that was? No, I'll do this first, then I'll look for it.
You've seen migrant camps before, and they tend to look like the town dump. This one, though, on a good day, this could pass for a town.
All right, wander around.
Starched white tents stand tall and many, and a stroll through the grounds finds you neither trash nor trouble. You hear some chatter from a large tent on your left. On your right, a tent in the shadow of the trees emanates a soft buzz.
Let's go ahead and go left. Let's meet some people.
A bespectacled man reads from a black binder to an audience of about 24 migrants. At this time, he says, Mr. Martin vacated the chair in favor of new chairman, Mr. London. Mr. Lake was elected vice chairman. Mr. Lake was elected chairman of the finance committee.
I'll go ahead and leave.
There's only so much recitation of council minutes that one can take, and you're over your limit. You make a prompt exit. Moments after you leave, the tent explodes in uproarious, cascading laughter.
The strangely clean tent city you found. Interesting. Okay, so there was a story somewhere. It was like along here. It was like in the distance, so maybe. Hang on, let me see. Let me go down back to where I was. Oh, there it is. Okay.
The Twisters touch down in a cornfield, fence posts flying in its wake. A huge black stallion charges toward the tornado. On its back, a cowboy whips his lasso through the churning air, nearly matching the Twister's speed.
Is he trying to?
His wild laughter carries on the wind.
Is he trying to catch the tornado? Watch.
God damn it, Bill! Another man hollers, clapping his hands to his hat to keep it from flying off. Quit being a damn fool! The man on the horse turns toward him and flashes a beatific grin before digging his heels harder into the horse's flanks.
We still don't have a whole lot for the pentacles. We're gonna go ahead and seek shelter.
You follow the man in his hat into a root cellar. Bill's damn good with horses, but he's only happy when he's trying to tame something bigger than himself. What does he think he's gonna do, ride it? When the storm clears, Bill and his horse have vanished.
Move on. Bill, the cowboy who rode into a storm. I wonder if I had oh god. I wonder if I had watched him, if he would have actually caught the tornado. Who knows though. Still keep my eye out for anything and everything. Oh, looks like we got a story right here. We're in Bismarck, so we're in North Dakota. Alright, let's go ahead and search this one as well.
Deep in the fields, you come across a group of young men clearing weeds and sod from a roadside plot. Pitchforks flying, weeds dying. You almost don't notice that the dark lump beside them is a dozing boy, lying smack dab in the middle of their work.
Huh. Look closer.
There's an odd frenzy to the way these boys are ripping the sod apart. When they notice you approaching, they jog over and stand silently between you and their sleeping comrade.
What's going on?
The youths share nervous looks. The oldest steps forward. Get going, he blurts, leveling a pitchfork at your gut. His hands are shaking. He seems serious.
This is the tower. I'll probably get stabbed. I'll just say, okay.
You hurry off, but the boys don't check to see if you've really left. From the top of the next rise, you watch them lift the motionless boy and carry him farther back into the field. It's only when they move him that you realize his wrists and ankles have been bound.
Oh, jeez. The boys who bound and held one of their own at the roadside for reasons unknown. Okay, well, we got another story over here.
She waits by the ruined mill in an overcoat 2 sizes too big.
Look, over here. Look at this.
She yells.
This only happens once every 10 years, for Christ's sake.
She grabs your hand, and you both look at the black gear rolling west to cover the sun.
Aren't you going to go blind if you look at an eclipse? You know what? Let's go ahead and look at it. We're dumb.
Steadily, the darkness draws across the sun until it is almost total. She clutches your hand tightly.
I've never seen this before. I've never seen this.
The sun, obscured, throbs and expands, raging against the night.
Look at the sun or look away? Why is look away love? Let's go ahead and look away.
You know it's dangerous to do that. You avert your eyes and make her do the same. She looks at you, out from under the brim of her hat, with wide eyes, deep and dark like black buttons in her brown, weathered face.
Let's go ahead and look at her.
The cast of shadows rises up her body. She closes her eyes and nervously kisses you. Just lightly, her lips slightly wet and barely parted. Her hand touches your cheek. She softens, widens. The darkness blacks out you both.
That's cute. Move on. The strange woman who shared a moment with you during the eclipse. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep moving east. Although I don't see anything for miles anymore. Alright, looks like we got Fargo coming up. Again, sorry if the graphics quality continues to fluctuate. I'm like experimenting with it on the fly right now to try and figure out what will make the game like work with my PC the best. So yeah, sorry if it throws you off a little bit. Search.
The car is a lifeline. Your one hope to escape the encroaching storm. It rattles along a few yards ahead of the storm front, jouncing and juddering, one pothole away from being swallowed by the choking dust. A figure clings to support straps mounted on the back.
Alright, let's go ahead and catch a ride.
You grab the straps and haul yourself up.
Oh,
Shouts the woman on the back.
a fellow observer.
She's wrapped in a scarf and aviation goggles, juggling a pen and a notebook while hanging onto the unsteady car. The dust scours your face and rips at your clothes.
Are these storm chasers? Can't we go faster?
We're not done with our observations.
She threads one arm through the straps and makes another attempt to write, but it comes out illegible.
Blast it. Get inside and take dictation, will you?
Sure, I'll do it.
You clamber through the open back window, and she hands you pen and notebook. You scribble furiously while she dictates the finer qualities of the dust and wind assaulting the car until her voice is hoarse.
That'll do.
She bangs on the roof.
Judith, let's go.
Move on. The women who studied dust storms. Alright, let me stop over here and refill on sleep really quick. The preacher ushers you into the church through an alley door. Behind the shelves in this warm little janitorial closet, he shows you a cot with a thick blanket and a soft pillow. You fall asleep to the sound of singing voices echoing through the wall and wake refreshed. Excellent. I'm also going to go ahead and up the graphics quality a little bit more because, I don't know, I can't really see it doing anything. Alright, search.
Ride with us a little while, stranger.
It's a kind offer. Miles of dusty road through the rolling prairies have recast this landscape as an exhausting soup of wind and misery.
Climb aboard the wagon.
There are 4 of them on the wagon, in perfect nuclear family. Mother, father, son, daughter, and a small fuzzy terrier trailing behind. But the pace of their movement is glacial. The draft horse ambles forward, one agonizingly slow step at a time.
Why so slow?
Ain't no point rushing to get where we're going.
The wooden cart shivers with every pebble on the road that its wheels must laboriously traverse. The girl in the back pipes up.
The going's the point, see?
Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and do the priestess. Let's keep with the cart.
Time stretches wearily. The father sometimes makes half-inch adjustments to the horse's trajectory, keeping him from ambling off the road. There is some intimation that they are heading for Oregon, but at no point is it mentioned when they might arrive.
Move on. The slow-going cart. It'll evolve and it'll be like the cart is still heading to Oregon to this day. Okay, that's Fargo. I guess let's go ahead and just, oh, there's a city over there. Looks like there's a city over there as well. Still headed east. Let's go ahead and head towards this city. I see a story right there, and then we'll head towards the big city over there. Alright, we're in Duluth. Oh, we're in Minnesota? Interesting.
A hurried little girl collides into you with a wheelbarrow full of hay, nearly knocking you out of your shoes.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You nod. But the way the girl fusses over the wheelbarrow, was that apology meant for you?
The devil, huh? You lost?
Lost? Me? No, not at all.
She stands up taller and squares her shoulders, projecting an image of adulthood so stiff she looks about to tip over.
But I guess I could use a little help. Can I ask you something pretty, please?
Go on.
Well, I found this critter, but my daddy won't let me keep it unless I take real good care of it.
Relating this dilemma has put her on the verge of tears.
Do you know how I can be the very best pet owner in the world?
Food and shelter.
The girl bursts into hysterical laughter, like she just heard the funniest joke.
I don't know how to feed it when it don't have a mouth.
The laughter fades, and her look of worry returns.
Any other ideas?
Lots and lots of love.
She smiles so bright.
That's all it takes? Gosh, I already love it so much.
Move on. Little girl with the wheelbarrow. Alright, we'll go ahead and grab this story. And then we'll go ahead and go down to the big city down there.
The plants grow and blossom as you watch. The man goes down the line, applying a few drops from a vial as he goes. As the liquid soaks in, Each plant pushes up from the soil, unfolding and stretching for the sky.
I think I might know who this might be. That's miraculous.
He turns to you.
It's quite something, isn't it? Soy here strangles the crops. People are starving. But even when the plants survive, they don't grow fast enough to fill people's bellies.
He smiles.
My miracle formula will change that.
How does it work?
He shakes his head.
I'm not giving up my secrets that easily. The state will pay a lot of money for this.
He shakes the vial. He tears off a leaf.
Here, try some.
Okay, taste the plant.
It's just bitter at first. But as you swallow, the fibrous mass burns in your throat. You fight to hold it down, and your stomach knots tight when the plant matter hits it. You cough and hiccup. The man looks at you, curious.
What do you think?
It tastes like unwashed death.
He waves a hand.
Well, yes, there are some kinks to work out, but people are starving. They can't be fussy. It won't be long before no one around here goes hungry again.
Your stomach protests. You feel like you'll be hungry again very soon indeed.
Move on. The dubious but promising miracle growth formula. Interesting, okay. Okay, let's go ahead and move down towards the city. So something that I do want to talk about is... Actually, how many characters do I have left to find? Progress. I have 7 characters left, jeez. So I think I have decided that, after I get done with everyone's chapter 1s, like introducing the characters, I'm gonna go ahead and complete the rest of, like, one person's chapters all at once. That just seems like the most efficient way to do it. Alright, we have Minneapolis. Oh, jeez. Something tells me that no matter how much I lower the graphics, the game's still gonna lag in spots. The Mississippi here is lined with grain mills, factories, and train tracks. Smoke towers rising stark against the sky. But some of these factories are empty, and there's a tense look in a lot of folks' eyes. I don't need to earn money, so let's just go ahead and explore.
3 delivery trucks sit on the waterfront, their drivers securing the cargo. 12 cop cars form a protective half-ring around them. Their occupants seem to be gearing up for combat.
Ask what's happening.
You approach a pair of cops. The broad one pushes shells into a shotgun with a practiced motion and an undercurrent of excitement. His wiry partner indicates the trucks.
We gotta get these through. Keep them secure.
From what?
The broad cop grunts. You been living under a rock?
Strikers,
Says the other.
socialist motherfuckers.
The broad one adds. The wiry cop looks away.
Why are they striking?
The broad cop sneers. Doesn't matter. They better fall in line.
Ooh.
The other shakes his head.
My cousin's out there. I don't think their demands are...
Maybe you're standing on the wrong side. Come on. They walk off to join a briefing huddle.
Huh. Justice or, I don't remember what this one is. Let's go ahead and sabotage their car.
It's a token act of resistance, but it's something. You drop onto your belly, the car between you and the gathered cops, and locate the fuel line.
The cops
You
are just
jab a
gonna be
knife
there.
into it. It takes a few attempts, but you nick it just right and cover your face as gasoline pours out.
I'm gonna stand up and the cops are just gonna be looking at me like, what the heck are you doing?
You stand to find the thin cop watching. He looks between you and the fuel leaking over the asphalt. The two of you lock eyes for a long second. Go, he says.
Move on. The cops arming to take on the strike in Minneapolis. Okay. Yeah, that's some serious stuff. Let's go ahead and search this, and then should I cross the Mississippi to try and go north? Is that north? No, that's east. Okay, so I will be crossing the Mississippi to go east.
Surrounded by fields of corn and rye, a small farm lies fallow. Its tiny stable crumbles into disrepair, and foxtails sprout from its fields.
Okay, the devil, huh? Let's go ahead and enter the farmhouse.
Inside, the sunlight filtering in through two small windows turns to hazy gray shafts in the thick dust that blankets the interior. There's not much in the way of furniture, but on a rustic kitchen table, a handwritten note catches your eye. Never opened.
Okay, examine it.
It's addressed to Martha and unsigned. Her name is written in the stiff letters of a man for whom literacy is more a formality than habit.
Read it.
If you find this, I'm already gone. Don't come looking for me. Rest is scratchy spirals and circles of halfway readable writing about the noises from the cellar and the hunger in the darkness. The cellar door at the edge of the abandoned kitchen calls to your attention.
Do we want the sun or the devil? We did get the devil earlier with the boys who had him bound. So let's go ahead and get one for the sun. Let's walk away.
You march on out of the place at a brisk pace, trying hard not to look behind your shoulder as the banging noise starts. Heavy, dry thumps against that cellar door that threaten to knock it off its hinges and into the kitchen.
Oh, geez, move on. The abandoned farmhouse. Okay, so let's go ahead and cross the Mississippi. And then we're gonna be getting into, yeah, we just crossed into Wisconsin. I guess we're just gonna wander until we find a new story, I guess. I don't recognize that icon. I see a farmhouse up there, but let's really quick search. What is this? Oh, okay. I guess I got sleep. That's not the usual icon for something like that. It's usually the like circle with the X. It's not just an arrow that's pointing down. All right, looks like we have reached Milwaukee, and I see a new camp over there along with a story right beside it. And that's Chicago. So yeah, I think we've almost made it all the way around. So let's go ahead and search this. Head up to there. We might save the camp for another episode, but yeah.
The barn and silo have seen better days. One big storm might bring the whole structure down. A man hollers. Ken? Ken? I know you're here, boy. He sees you and lopes across the field toward you. You seen a boy around? About 14?
I'm sorry, I haven't.
He sighs. My boy is missing. I haven't seen him since last night. He swallows. He ain't the type to run off, neither. Can you spare a minute to help look? I'm worried sick.
Why would I check the roof? Huh. Let's go ahead and check the roof, I guess.
You climb the ladder and make your way across the roof. A trail of empty beer bottles leads you past a discarded shirt and to the base of the silo. You climb up. There's a hole in the silo roof, a rupture where rotten wood gave way under something large.
Oh, geez. Look inside.
You maneuver your way along the edge, keeping your weight off the rotted panels. You poke your head inside. He's there, half submerged in the grain. He's been dead for half a day at least.
Jeez. What was he doing up? Was he just drunk and he walked onto the silo and fell in? Climbed down.
Man's waiting at the bottom of the barn ladder.
Anything?
There's a spark of hope in his eyes.
Well, either he's gonna know what happened or he's gonna worry for days, or for the rest of his life about what happened. So let's go ahead and tell him the truth, I guess.
He chokes back a sob.
I told him not to go up there. I told him.
He looks up at the tower, then turns to you, tears tracking down his grimy cheeks.
Why didn't he listen?
Nice music change right there. Very appropriate. Move on. The dead boy in the grain silo. Okay, so we will go ahead, head up here. There's a story, I believe. Yeah, behind the 32. We'll go ahead and do this story, and then we will save the camp for next episode. Actually, just so we have stories to work with, we'll do this, then we'll do Chicago, then we'll do the camp. All right, search.
Stacks of suitcases grind the parked Model A deeper into the dirt. An extended family inside defies the carrying capacity of the vehicle. The driver leans out the window. Want this? He swings a violin around by its neck. 10 bits. We need it for gas. You hear a muffled pounding from somewhere within the car.
It's probably a, like the boy's violin or something, and he's trying to sell it. I'll go ahead and decline.
The back door breaks open, and a girl crawls over the laps of dusty bodies.
Don't you dare! That belongs to Louise Ames,
She shouts at you.
Louise Ames!
She's dragged back into the writhing nest of limbs, and the door slams shut. On your way, the driver tells you. You go.
Move on. Louise Ames' violin. Alright, we'll go ahead and do Chicago, and then we'll save the camp for next episode. Enter Chicago. Downtown bustling behind you, Lake Michigan stretching before you. Chicago is beautiful, isn't it? But there's a dark heart to this place. Dangerous men on the streets, and a glint of fear in people's eyes. Let's go ahead and explore.
It's the midday, and yet this whole neighborhood is eerily quiet. Everyone seems to have retreated into their homes as if warned of something. You soon realize what? The reciprocating sound of a Thompson gun, emptying its drum.
Oh, run for cover.
You get behind a car, putting the engine block between you and the sound. But it's muffled, coming from inside a building. You're in no danger, you think. So you allow yourself a peek above the black hull of the car.
Look.
And running down the cobblestone street, a man in fine, blood-spattered clothes. He has his hands out, mouth open, screaming something. But you don't catch what he says. He's drowned out by gunfire, and his body slumps to the ground.
I'll go ahead and I did just get both of these, both sadness and whatever this is. I'll go ahead and keep watching just because if I run away, I might get shot. But if I stay hidden, maybe I won't. Keep watching.
The men responsible, 3 abreast in dark overcoats and wide hats, walk up to him to check on the body. The smallest of the 3 has a nervous energy about him.
People are gonna see us, boss.
People ain't gonna see nothing. Not on these streets.
Yeah, no one's gonna give them up. Move on. The killer's on the streets. Leave. Okay. So that's where we're gonna go ahead and leave it for today. Yeah, I'm just like, mainly I'm prioritizing getting stories. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find all of them by the time I finish this game. But next time we're gonna check out this camp, and then we're gonna continue heading east. We're almost back to New England. And then we'll start like working our way towards the middle of the states, actively searching for the remaining camps and any remaining stories. So thank everybody so much for checking out the video. I really do appreciate it. If you want to be notified of when I upload the next part of the file to the archives, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ring that bell, as well as leave a like or comment if you so desire. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.
Upload successful. Click here to view previous files. Have a pleasant day.